Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only Anime Legends, and yeah guys, today I am back with the next part of what if Naruto was neglected by his family and took the system from the transmigrators. So yeah guys, this is gonna be really OP of a series, so hopefully you guys will like it. And yeah guys, before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It is gonna be really helpful to me. And yeah guys, I would like to tell you guys about my new TikTok account. I have uploaded some videos on my TikTok account and I've decided to make some Naruto related videos on this account as well. So this is gonna be really helpful to me if you guys were to support this TikTok account of mine and follow me on TikTok, as I would really appreciate that. So without wasting any more of your time, let us get back to the story. And yeah guys, the link is in the description below. So let us begin. So last time we left off as we saw that how Naruto was asked about this whole invasion of this Uchiha Itachi by Minato and the council, as Naruto explained to them about these beings who once attacked him as well, but in the end of the day Naruto was able to take care of them and they will not stop coming, and more of them will definitely come to Konoha. While on the other hand, the council simply dismissed it as they did not believe Naruto. While on the other hand, Danzo as well as Third Hokage were making plans to get rid of Naruto, saying that how they should simply hand over Naruto for the good of Konoha and the Shinobi world or something like that. After all, Third Hokage and Danzo and the Elder Council were scared. Naruto was simply too powerful. They have to get rid of him. They cannot allow Minato's faction to become even stronger. Otherwise, they will lose all control over Konoha. And that would not be good for the council, as Naruto simply dismissed them, telling them that if they have the power, then they can capture him and hand him over. If they dare to do that, as Naruto showed a glimpse of his six-part level power, shocking everyone there. Afterward, Naruto decided to leave from there. After all, these people were simply too weak, leaving the council furious, while on the other hand, Naruto decided to went to the other planets. He has already located many suitable planets for the so-called God tree to be planted, as Naruto had already get the seed of the 10 tails from the system. As Naruto started to plant these trees, as Naruto also realized that the power of the chakra fruit depends on the sacrifice more than that of the fruit itself, as Naruto decided to use the Utsushi clan members for the sacrifices, and to Naruto's surprise, the usual chakra fruit which Naruto got from the system only had the power of 10 after the half sacrifice of the half body of Ishiki, but on the other hand, the fruits he got after sacrificing beings like Momoshiki were a lot more powerful than that of the normal chakra fruit from the system, as Naruto was pretty surprised after seeing that, while on the other hand, Naruto entered into the hyperbolic time chamber, as Naruto had used the clones of Tien to split his power and body, as most of his clones were training in the hyperbolic time chamber, as Naruto decided to finally transform into the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, as after eating several of the chakra fruits, as Naruto's base power was more than powerful enough for him to transform, as Naruto finally decided to transform into Super Saiyan 4. But to his surprise, a special kind of evolution appeared in the Super Saiyan 4 transformation because of the bloodline of the Utsuki, the bloodline of a magician, the bloodline of the wizard, and the bloodlines which Naruto had already gotten from the system, as Naruto had truly become too powerful even for the Utsuki clan members, as Naruto kept on hunting down the Utsukis. After all, they are one of the most powerful races in the universe, and if Naruto has to get ready for the invasion of the Overlord system, then he needs to become powerful enough to stop his invasion. While on the other hand, the Overlord system has already sent a bounty to his other systems, as four of them from the era of the Warring State period, mainly Tobirama, it transmigrated Tobirama, it transmigrated Hashirama, and Madara and Izuna were sent to hunt down Naruto. So yeah guys, that was the last part of the series. If you guys have not seen it, please guys check it out, you guys will definitely like it. So let us begin. The Chunin exams are gonna begin, as Naruto was already back to Konoha, as he decided to pay a visit to his so-called family. After all, he do not care much about it, but still, he do not hate them as well. After all, in his mind, they were bigger troubles to deal with, as Naruto finally arrived, as Menma and Mito were training in the training ground, as Kushina was looking towards them, but then she suddenly noticed another figure entering into the room. After looking towards Naruto, she was pretty shocked. After all, Naruto was nowhere to be seen in the whole of the elemental nations after 3 months he had returned as Naruto looked towards both Manma and Mito, who were using the three-tail worth of 9th chakra and trying to control the fourth tail. As Naruto simply shook his head, this kind of power is not gonna help unless the ninth tail himself let them you channel the power of its own combined with their own chakra entering into the so-called KCM mode as Naruto remembered it in the original timeline where his original self was able to do that. As Naruto thought about it, maybe he should help them, but Naruto simply shook his head in time. After all, even if they were to master the KCM, he doubts that they would be much of help to him. Those transmigrators have simply too much cheats for them to become stronger, as Naruto thought inwardly, while on the other hand, Kushina appeared in front of Naruto. So, are you alright? Where were you? We were looking for you. As Naruto looked towards his mother, as a complicated look appeared in his eyes. Honestly, after he had met with the system, he stopped caring about his family and started to do his own training. And the hurt and all that was long past him. As Naruto simply shook his head, I'm alright, Lady Kushina. As Kushina flinched at that name, after all, it has been a long time since Naruto had called her mom and Minato father, as she wanted to say something, but she stopped herself. As Menma and Mito also noticed Naruto, as both of them were unable to enter into the four-tail state and control it, so they decided to take a break for now. As both of them looked towards each other, as Kushina finally spoke up, so are you gonna participate in the Chunin exam? As Naruto thought it for some time, but not it nonetheless. It would be fun. As Naruto simply nodded at that, but you do not have a team. We wanted to put you in a team, but you simply went off and we had to give your team some other member. As Naruto thought it for some time, but simply shook his head, do not worry about it. My power is more than enough for me to participate alone. As Kushina wanted to say something else, but Naruto decided to walk past her towards his room. After all, he has other things to deal with for now. As Kushina simply sighed at that, as Menma and Mito looked towards each other. They were there when Naruto fought against the perfect Susanoo, and they could feel it. The attitude of Minato and Kushina, especially their godfather Jiraiya, has changed towards them. Previously, they always told them that how they were the children of destiny, but now most of them think that Naruto is the true child of destiny, and they were not, and they are not even giving them special training, as they were not exactly happy about it. But that kind of power which Naruto had showed against Itachi was something else. Even their father was not able to keep up with Itachi, but he was able to do so. As Naruto finally decided to go back to his room. Now, let us have a small time skip as Minato looked towards the teams that were present in front of him. These are the teams that are gonna participate in the Chunin exam. But before he could say anything, a person spoke up. It was none other than Danzo, Lord Hokage. What is the meaning of this? Why is your elder son taking part in the Chunin exam? He did not complete it any missions. We should follow the rules of Konoha. As Minato gave a glare towards Danzo. Do not overstep your bounds, Danzo. This is the decision I have made. Our Chunin exams are mainly for showing off the strength of Konoha. Are you saying that we should not show our most powerful shinobi here? As Danzo wanted to say something else, but other council members also agreed with Minato as Danzo looked towards the third Hokage who was not exactly happy about it. Minato's faction had become too powerful, even his own voice and advice is being ignored as Third Hokage also did not wanted Minato's sons to take part in this Chunin exam, but there was little he could do about it. After all, most of the council has agreed that he should take part in the Chunin exam. They do not know about the so-called invasion from the other timelines, but they have to get ready, otherwise they would truly be in deep trouble, especially that Uchiha Itachi was simply too powerful, and Uchiha clan was also having a bit of trouble. That Uchiha Itachi, even though he was from another timeline, but they still believe that he was true Itachi, not knowing that he was just a transmigrator. So that they were having a bit more trouble. Even if Minato were to give them favor, Konoha people were not blind. They have seen the Uchiha attacking, so they believe that all Uchiha are evil, and Danzo was even putting more oil on the fire, and now the Uchiha clan was in even further awkward position. While on the other hand, Minato finally spoke up, alright then. He will mainly show the strength of Konoha, and we will try our best to not to put him in front of other Konoha shinobis. In this shonen exam, other Kages are also gonna participate, so we have to show the strength of Konoha as they simply look towards each other. Mainly, the Katsekage is gonna participate and the leaders of the minor villages. So, at the moment, and some other villages will definitely send shinobi like Kumo, though they doubt that the Raikage himself will participate as Minato gave the instructions and after that, he dismissed the council. Hopefully, these tuning exams will go well. He do not know when the invasion of the other beings from other timelines will occur, but they have to get ready as Minato himself was training hard, especially in the Sage mode, so that he can become powerful enough to stop these beings. As Minato thought for himself as while on the other hand, in the hyperbolic time chamber, two Super Saiyan 4 Naruto were clashing against each other. Naruto had to control this power, it was simply too immense. The multiplier of Super Saiyan 4 transformation was already immense because of the evolution. It has become even stronger, and the power of chakra, the power of magic, and the other bloodlines of the other worlds is also present in Naruto. As Naruto looked towards a fruit in his hand, this was the lightning fruit from the realm of One Piece as Naruto decided to eat it to control the lightning power as Naruto looked towards his hand which was shining with pure lightning as Naruto smirked at that and started to clash with his other Super Saiyan 4 clone as both of them were becoming stronger and stronger. While on the other hand, the day of the Chunin exam finally arrived as Naruto decided to take seat in the written exam. In front of him, he already has seen the match between Sasuke and Lee. Both of them were near equals, though Lee was a bit faster and with those weights on, he seems to be a lot faster than Sasuke, but that is beside the point. As Naruto simply completed the test, it was nothing to him. And finally, it was time for the second part of the Chunin exams. As all of them finally entered into the Chunin exam, Naruto could feel it. There were eyes on him. As Naruto's eyes narrowed with this feeling, as if a snake was looking towards him. And Naruto finally realized who this person could actually be. In the original timeline, from the memories of that transmigrator, it seems to be Orochimaru. As Naruto was wondering why this guy was after him. After all, his main target should be Sasuke. Could it be that Orochimaru knows about his fight against that Uchiha transmigrators, and that is why he's here. As Naruto thought in his mind, well, it doesn't matter, Orochimaru has minds, maybe he should be able to control him. As Naruto thought in his mind, and decided to enter into the Chunin exam, and he could feel it, that guy was still coming after him. After some time, Naruto finally stopped. I know, you're there, so why don't you show yourself? Finally, from a gigantic snake appeared out of nowhere and rushed towards Naruto. As Naruto looked towards him with a bored expression, his hand started to glow, and just like that, a blade of pure power appeared as Naruto simply cut the snake down like it was nothing. And from the mouth of the snake, Orochimaru finally appeared. Well, the rumors I have heard about you becoming so powerful that you have even defeated a perfect Susanoo is true after all. So, Naruto-kun, why don't you tell me about these other timelines and the so-called invasion of the other timelines? As Naruto simply looked towards Orochimaru with a bored expression. You know, Orochimaru, I previously had no plans for you. After all, my initial plan was to conquer the shinobi world and unifying the power to become powerful enough to at least protect this world. But it seemed that you are too much of a nuisance. So, you want answers? Well then, why don't you come and get them? As Orochimaru laughed, well, let's see how powerful you truly are, Naruto-kun. As Orochimaru brought out his Kusanagi sword, which was glowing with wind-style chakra, as Orochimaru lunged towards Naruto, as Naruto simply grabbed the sword and crushed it with his bare hands, as Orochimaru's eyes widened, as Naruto casually flicked Orochimaru on the head, as Orochimaru was sent flying through the trees, as he let out a scream of pain. As Orochimaru glared towards Naruto, what is going on here? That force, it was as if he was hit with full power punch of Tsunade. He even have to use his snake shedding substitution as Orochimaru came out of his skin as he glared towards Naruto. Alright then, let's rest ninjutsu as Orochimaru used the Shadow Clone and started to release Wind Style, Fire Style, and other ninjutsu towards Naruto. And Orochimaru knew a lot of jutsus as Naruto casually make a small gesture of punch as a shockwave appeared from his hand, destroying all the elemental jutsus and rushed in the direction of Orochimaru, who quickly used the substitution of the snake to run away. As Orochimaru glared towards Naruto, this guy was simply too powerful, but no worries. As Orochimaru once again entered into the ground and his head appeared behind Naruto. Now you're mine, as he tried to put a curse mark on Naruto, but to his utter shock, his teeth shattered after making contact with Naruto's skin as Naruto smirked at that as Naruto casually make a punching gesture like a backward punch as Orochimaru's whole face was destroyed, shattered into pieces as Orochimaru once again used his snake shedding technique, and now he was panting hard as he glared towards Naruto. It seemed that you're stronger than I thought. As Orochimaru chuckled, well, it doesn't matter. Your body is perfect, and sooner or later, it will be mine. So, I'll be taking my leave. As Naruto looked towards him, you're not leaving anywhere, Orochimaru. As a matter of fact, today onward, you're gonna serve me. As Orochimaru chuckled at that, well, if you have the power, why don't you stop me? But before Orochimaru can say anything, one of Naruto's eyes started to glow as a strange Mangekyo pattern appeared in Naruto's eyes as Naruto simply said one word, Koto Matsukami. With that, Orochimaru's eyes widened. This was the Mangekyo Sharingan Genjutsu of Shisui Uchiha, most powerful Genjutsu alive. And just like that, Orochimaru's will was override with Naruto's own will. As Orochimaru knelt in front of Naruto, my lord, what are your instructions? As Naruto brought some of his blood from his body. Here is my blood. See what you can do with it. As Orochimaru simply grabbed the vial of blood and a greedy look appeared on his face but nodded nonetheless. This was the blood of his own lord and he will definitely be able to get something out of it. As Naruto simply looked towards Orochimaru who disappeared in a reverse summoning. As Naruto simply nodded at that, he needs the power of the scientist to increase his powers even further. He cannot rely only on system, otherwise sooner or later the powers granted by the systems will exhaust themselves and he needs to get powerful, otherwise the beings from the other worlds are far too powerful and this system do not have the prompts of those other worlds. As Naruto thought in his mind, he has to become even stronger. While on the other hand, Naruto finally completed the mission and finally arrived to the preliminary exam as Minato looked towards all the people who have finally arrived in the preliminary exam as Minato smiled, looking towards Menma and Mito even though he was now sure that Menma and Mito were not the true child of destiny, but he has trained all of them and he was proud that they have become this powerful and have come this far. As Minato sighed, looking towards Naruto, a complicated look arrived on his face, but he simply shook his head at the moment. He needs to become stronger so that he will not become a burden and he will be able to protect his family. He decided not to pay too much attention to the council and all that. After all, they're just greedy old people who refuse to accept that their era has long come to an end. As Minato gave a small speech about the Will of Fire and the relationship between the villages. And finally, the preliminary exams began, and finally, it came to Naruto as Naruto looked towards his so called opponent. It was none other than the Jinchuriki of the two tails. As Naruto raised an eyebrow at that, honestly, he wanted to take the Bijus for himself as well. But even if they were to be combined together, it would be nothing more than the 10 tails. And Naruto do not require 10 tails. How many 10 tails and their fruits he has already taken for himself. And even if he becomes the 10 tails Jinchuriki, what would even be the meaning of it to begin with? As Naruto simply shook his head as Tute Yujito looked towards Naruto. You're the brat of the Hokage. Honestly, we have heard many rumors about you. They say that you're powerful enough to go on against a very powerful Uchiha. As Minato's eyes narrowed at that, he has stopped the information. But it seemed that there are some people who are still trying to make trouble. He was a bit confused when the Raikage had given that his own team will enter in this Chunin exam. He was a bit confused about it, but decided not to pay attention to it. So this is the true purpose of the Raikage, as Minato thought in his mind, while on the other hand, as Naruto simply looked towards her and decided not to answer her as Yujito smirked at that. Well, allow me to show you the might of Kumo. With that, she rushed towards Naruto, already having entering into the initial stage of Biju form, as Naruto simply grabbed her by the neck with blinding speed and slammed her into the ground, shattering it apart. As Naruto did not even look towards her again and started to walk away, as Yujito was almost unconscious, but she quickly pumped the two-tailed chakra and was able to heal her wounds. As Naruto looked towards her, he just wanted to end this battle as soon as possible. His power was not something these people can actually take. So that was one of the reasons he just wanted to end this battle. But it seemed that this woman does not want to give up as Yujito already entered into the two-tailed stage lunged towards Naruto with a gigantic fireball in both hands. As she threw it towards Naruto, as Naruto also made a fireball in his hand and threw it towards Yujito, as it started to get bigger and bigger, and within seconds it was far larger than Yujito ever thought, as both of her fireballs were already absorbed by this fire. As Yujito started to panic and started to release more and more chakra of the two tail as a huge fiery explosion took place, sending Yujito flying burnt all over her body as she was finally unconscious, as Naruto simply shrugged it off and finally arrived to the stadium. He has eaten the fruit from the One Piece world and he has mastered all the chakra natures. He just do not want to use them. After all, the power of the Saiyan race combined with the power which he has gotten from the chakra fruit is the most powerful Kekkei and the most powerful trump cards of his, as Naruto thought inwardly. While on the other hand, he finally arrived as afterward Menma and Mito also started their training. As Menma and Mito also started their matches, and in the end of the day, the preliminary exams finally ended. There were many Kumo shinobi who were able to pass. It seemed to be the next generation of Kumo, mainly Amoe and other. As finally it was time, as Minato gave a speech about the Villa fire and telling them that how the Chunin exam will begin after 1 month. As after that he simply dismissed them. But to his surprise, Naruto did not go anywhere. As Naruto looked towards Minato, giving him a look as both Naruto and Minato disappeared in a flying Raijin and appeared in the Hokage office. Minato was a bit surprised that Naruto was able to use the flying Raijin, but he thought it for some time but decided not to say anything. As Minato took his seat, alright Naruto, do you have anything to say to me? As Naruto simply nodded at that, Naruto was thinking about it, maybe it was time for him to start the unification plan of the shinobi world. As Naruto looked towards Minato, well, Lord Hokage, I want to ask you something. Are you content? As Minato raised an eyebrow at that, as Naruto speak up, are you content with the condition that Konoha is in? Are you content with the situation of the shinobi world, 5 villages and going war and all that? If you have, I want to ask you, if you have the power, what will you do? Will you only protect this small village Konoha, or are you ready to unify the shinobi world? You already know the threat which other beings truly possess. Tell me, if a whole army of these other worldly people were to arrive and we are still in the internal conflict stage, what will truly happen? As Minato wanted to say that he wants the peace of the Konoha and wants the peace. He do not want to start a war, but he thought about it. Even the Konoha situation is not very good. Konoha is already split in many factions, like the faction of the third Hokage, the faction of the Danzo, and the faction of the fourth Hokage. There are other smaller factions as well, and situation is not very good. Even when Uchiha Itachi from that other timeline attacked Konoha, there were many factions who were simply looking towards it and not participating, mainly Danzo and his root shinobi. Even the loyal shinobi of Third Hokage did not participate, and that gave a huge hit to his own faction. As Minato was silent for some time, as Naruto brought out something from his storage space. This is a chakra fruit. As Minato looked towards the fruit, he could feel it. Something was off about this fruit. The power that was radiating, the immense chakra he could feel from it. As Naruto spoke up, what do you know about the history of the shinobi world? As Minato thought it for some time, wasn't the chakra distributed by the sage of the sixth path? As Naruto simply shook his head, let me tell you about a clan that resides in the space. This clan is known as the Ususuki clan. And the sage of the sixth path was nothing but a half-breed. Long ago, the main function of this Osushi clan is to go to different planets where they plant their seed and make the so-called god tree which absorb the natural power of the planet. Afterward, they sacrifice one of their own members to make a chakra fruit. This is a chakra fruit. When Minato looked towards the chakra fruit, even by the name, he could tell this was something of immense value, a immense treasure. Naruto nodded at that. Long ago, Kaguya Ususuki and Ishiki Ususuki came to this planet. The main function was to plant this chakra fruit into this world, but Kaguya betrayed Ishiki. After all, she was just a branch member destined to be sacrificed by Ishiki, a member of the main branch. And afterward, she stole the chakra fruit. Afterward, she gave birth to Hagoromo and Hamura Ususuki, who later founded the Konoha, who later founded Ninshu and the other clans. Mainly, Senju and Uchiha are descendants of Hagoromo, the so-called Sage of Six Paths, while on the other hand, the Hyuga are the descendant of Hamura, but that is beside the point. So, I want to tell you that after eating this fruit, you will gain immense power. You will even surpass Hagoromo Ususuke, the Sage of the Six Paths. But I want to ask you, what are you gonna do with this power? My power is far too great. I do not have time to rule over the shinobi world, but one thing is for certain. I want to unify this world, otherwise the conflicts will still happen and I do not have the time to deal with them. As Minato was really at a difficult situation. On one hand, as Hokage, he want to have this fruit, as he could tell that Naruto has already eaten this kind of fruit, so that could be the reason of his power, while on the other hand, he do not want to start a war. But this situation is rather complicated. Naruto has already explained that these beings from the other worlds will definitely arrive. He did not want to be so useless like the last time. He was training hard, even in Senjutsu, but he was not confident in defeating Uchiha Itachi previously, and now he finally had something that could actually make him stronger. As Minato graded his state as he said, "Well, Naruto, this is a lot to take in. Give me some time and I will give you the answer." As Naruto nodded at that, afterward, Naruto simply put away the chakra fruit as Minato simply decided to think about it. After all, he was a student of Jiraiya and he simply cannot say that he wants to unify the ninja world. After all, for unification, that would require a gigantic war and he did not want to start that. But if he were to have to power, like Sage of the Six Path, then who will be able to stop him? Even the third Hokage would not say anything about it. And if he has the power, then what is harm? What is the harm there is to in the unification of the ninja world? As Minato sighed at that, he missed the days when things were simple, and now the situation is getting more and more complicated. While, on the other hand, Naruto started to do his own training as he did not have time to waste in the hyperbolic time chamber. Naruto already had the Kekkei Genkai and the bloodline of the Ususuke clan, and after eating so many chakra fruits, he already had gained immortality, so there is no limit to the time he can be in the hyperbolic time chamber. He can train here for centuries and he will still look as young as he is right now, as Naruto was still training hard, and just like that, 1 month has passed in the outside world, and finally it was time for the finals to begin. As Minato looked towards the people of Konoha, in this 1 month he was thinking hard. He even had a small discussion with Jiraiya sensei, who did not agree with Minato and told him that they should not start a war. But in the end of the day, Minato was a Hokage and he has to make a decision for himself. As Naruto looked towards all the people who were participating, this was just for fun. He did not have any mind to fight against these children. That would be true bullying. And finally, Minato gave a small speech about the Wheel of Fire, and afterward, the matches were about to begin. As the first match was Menma against Sasuke, this was truly a match of a truly great match as finally the battle began. But in the end of the day, Menma was able to defeat Sasuke, as Sasuke was not exactly happy about it. He was there when he seen an alternative version of his older brother using the Susanoo and leaving half of Konoha in ruins, even though he was not happy with the destruction of Konoha, but that kind of power, he wants that for himself. That was one of the reasons he was training hard to, and finally had even unlocked 3 Tomo in one of his eyes and 2 Tomo in the other eye, and he was very close to activating the 3 Tomo. While on the other hand, Itachi Uchiha was also training hard after seeing the potential and the power of an alternated version of himself. Even though he knows the risk of using the Mangekyo, he was training with his Mangekyo abilities, but no matter how hard he tries, he cannot unlock the Susanoo to the 4th stage, let alone the 5th stage, like his alternated version. Maybe that would require the power of the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, as Itachi thought in his mind. While on the other hand, the matches went on, and finally it was time for Naruto against Menma. This was truly a battle to be seen as Naruto finally entered into the stadium as Menma looked towards his older brother with complicated looks, even though for a long time he was always told that how he was the child of destiny and how the future of the shinobi world will depend on his shoulders. And now people are saying that no, they were wrong. and how he was not the child of destiny. It was his older brother, Naruto, who was the child of destiny. For a long time, he knew that his older brother was actually a genius and not a loser. He has seen when he was even training the Rasengan, his brother was able to do it pretty easily. He required a shadow clone for the Rasengan, but Naruto was able to do it with a single hand. And the day he wanted to tell it to his parent, but they simply ignored him. A part of Menma was happy, knowing that if his parents knew that how much of a genius his older brother was, then they would not give him much training and hope he will no longer be the child of destiny. But it seemed that it was all for naught, as Menma sighed inwardly but looked towards Naruto. For years he was training, even if Naruto was stronger than him, he will not admit defeat. He will tell everyone that he, Menma, even if he is not the child of destiny, was still a powerful shinobi. As determination finally arrived in Menma's eyes as he looked towards Naruto, well, Naruto, I will defeat you here. Believe it. As Naruto looked towards his little brother with a raised eyebrow, honestly, he did not had very good relationship with Menma, let alone any relationship to speak of. He did not had it when they were children, and in the last 4 years of the Shinobi World timeline, he did not pay any attention to his so-called siblings. As Naruto simply shook his head, alright then, why don't you show me your merit and your power? As Menma smirked at that, alright, let's begin. As Genma simply gave the signal and jumped away. As Menma made shadow clones as all of them rushed in the direction of Naruto. As Naruto raised an eyebrow at that, as Naruto casually made some moves as all the shadow clones were destroyed, while on the other hand, a shadow clone far away which also disappeared as Menma's eyes changed into that of the sage mode, and in his hand was the gigantic Rasengan. Rasengan! As Menma screamed and slammed the Rasengan in front of Naruto, as Naruto simply smirked as he also made a Rasengan as both of these Rasengan clash. Menma's Rasengan was pure blue while Naruto's Rasengan was pure white. As both of these attacks clashed together, but to surprise of Menma, his Rasengan was being destroyed casually as Naruto Rasengan, the pure chakra and its purity and its density was simply too powerful as Menma was sent flying as Menma simply decided to stop himself as three tails appeared beside him, combining the three-tail power with that of the sage mode as he let out a roar and make a Bichudama and released it towards Naruto as Naruto casually slapped it away as he appeared in front of Menma as a fist slammed into the gut of Menma, and just like that Menma came out of his three-tail state as well as the sage mode, and he was already unconscious as Naruto looked towards Menma for a bit longer but then walked away. While on the other hand, Genma released the news that how Uzumaki Naruto is the winner. But before anyone can say anything, a gigantic portal appeared on top of Konoha as everyone was in utter shock, especially Minato, who looked towards the portal as he had a bad feeling about it, as the other shinobi who were there when that Uchiha Itachi attacked Konoha were now tense. It seemed that it was another invasion from the other timelines. But when they saw the figures that were landing in Konoha, their hearts almost gave out. These were none other than the first Hokage, Hashirama Senju, Uchiha Madara, the second Hokage, Tobirama Senju, and the brother of Madara, Izuna, as all four of them appeared in the center of the stadium with a gigantic boom. As Madara looked around, as he looked towards Hashirama with a raised eyebrow, as well as Tobirama and Izuna, and a silent understanding appeared in their mind, as well as their respective systems gave a signal to them, telling them that how these were their other transmigrators and their companions, and they have single mission to kill their target Uzumaki Naruto. As they finally looked towards Naruto, who was about to walk away after defeating Menma, as Naruto's eyes narrowed towards all four of them, as Minato flashed in the stadium looking towards the first Hokage as well as other people. As Minato finally looked towards them, who are you people and what do you want? You're not the first Hokage and second Hokage of Konoha. As Sashirama gave a smug look to Minato, the yellow flash himself. Honestly, in my era, even your grandfather is not born yet. As Tobirama speak up, well, that is something, but I want to test who is truly faster between you and I. As Tobirama gave a grin to Minato, while on the other hand, Izuna activating his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan as he looked towards Madara. Well, let's see that what we have here. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's just end this mission. I'm just waiting for those 20,000 points as the other people also nodded at that. In their original world, they liked the anime Naruto, but after entering it, they have changed a lot. They have gained powers they could only dream of. The system was like their own god, and they have to follow its instruction. As long as they get those points up there, they will become more and more powerful, and they will rule their respective shinobi worlds. As they look towards Naruto, we do not know how you have anchored the system, but it doesn't matter. Tell me, are you a transmigrator like us? As Naruto simply scoffed at that. That fool was unable to keep up with me and take over my body, though it destroyed the system. So that could be the reason that your system want me dead. As they were a bit surprised. After all, they never thought that the system could also be destroyed. After all, system was like a something otherworldly, like a god who had blessed them with new life and given them powers, heading that the system was destroyed by this alternated version of Uzumaki Naruto was really shocking to all of them. This system spoke up, do not listen to him, just kill him. He was able to catch the system off guard, nothing more than that. The system is omnipotent, do not listen to his nonsense. As they simply shrugged it off, they do not care about this Uzumaki Naruto, they were here, and even if this guy was powerful, how powerful he could be, the KCM was no match for them, especially in front of Hashirama, who knows the wood style, and the eternal Mangekyo of the two Uchiha brothers was more than powerful enough to take care of these beings. As Minato's eyes narrowed towards them, enough of this. As Minato disappeared, as he appeared in front of Hashirama, this was the greatest threat, the first Hokage, the one who was once called the god of the shinobi world. He has to be taken down, but Hashirama did not even look towards Minato. With a casual move, Minato was sent flying. As Hashirama spoke up, alright, let's end this. I'm just waiting for those 20,000 points. With that, Hashirama slammed his hand together. A wood dragon covered with Susanoo appeared as he rode towards Naruto. As Naruto's eyes narrowed at that, as Naruto casually slapped the dragon away, shattering it apart. As Hashirama's eyes narrowed at that, as he looked towards his respective transmigrators. Well, brothers, it seems that this guy is stronger than we previously expected. As Naruto looked towards them, well, I will give you one opportunity. Either you guys walk away to your respective timelines, and I will not bother with you. If you really need those points, then you're truly gonna lose your lives after it. And this is my last warning to you. Do not listen to that system. He's not loyal to you. When you will become powerful enough, that system will erase your souls and take over your bodies. As all of them were a bit surprised, but Madara started to laugh. Even if you what you're telling me is true, what does it mean? All of us has died in our original worlds. Even if system were to erase our souls, that would happen years after today. Who knows? By then, we might even have a way to stop the system. Even though I do not believe you, but the system has given us power. It has given us life. So whatever you say, we do not care about it. As Naruto sighed, he knew that this would be the outcome. These beings has died by the hands of system, but they believe that they have died natural deaths. But Naruto did not want to waste any more breath on these people. They were simply too greedy and blind to see what system was truly doing, using them for their own means, destroying whole worlds and their timelines, and taking their destiny for themselves. As Naruto simply shook his head, alright then, bring it on. With that, all four of them activated their respective eternal Mangekyo as four gigantic Susanos appears in Konoha as all of them look towards Naruto as Naruto sighed as he said, alright then. With that, Naruto also activated his Rinnegan and just like that, even further, a gigantic figure appeared as Naruto Susanoo was 10 times the size of all four of their Susanos as Naruto casually kicked one and punched the other as all four Susanoos were sent flying outside of Konoha as Naruto also jumped outside of Konoha. He did not want to destroy Konoha. After all, this is gonna be his future base for strength. As Minato, who was looking towards his son, who is casually dealing with the legendary figures like Hashirama, Madara, the second Hokage, and Azuna Uchiha, and the feeling which he had previously, the feeling of helplessness. Sorry, and that feeling of uselessness finally appeared in Minato as Minato gritted his teeth at that as he finally brought out the scroll which Naruto had left behind previously as Minato opened it and determination finally arrived in Minato's eyes as Minato started to eat the chakra fruit and just like that, Minato started to change while outside of Konoha. Naruto looked towards Hashirama, who came out of his Susanoo. Well, I did not expect that. You have the Rinnegan. What is going on here? Tell me, do you also have a system? As Naruto simply shook his head, do not worry about it. Just think of yourself. As Hashirama scoffed at that, well then, let's see how powerful you truly are, wood style. As great forest emergence, as the gigantic tree started to appear, as Tobirama's eyes changed and turned into the Tensei gun as he released the truth-seeking orb towards Naruto, while on the other hand, Aizuna's eyes also changed into the Rinnegan as he released the almighty push, as Madara's eyes changed and turned into the red Rinnegan as he unleashed the gigantic attack towards Naruto. All four attacks were coming towards Naruto as Naruto casually sighed as he opened his eyes, and now they had turned into the same eyes which he had after the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. As Naruto's whole body started to change, as Naruto let out a roar. With that, the whole world started to shake. It was time for Naruto to show a glimpse of his true power. As Naruto transformed into a Super Saiyan, his eyes were same as that of Super Saiyan 4 transformation. The combination of the Rinnegan, the final form of the Rinnegan and other dojutsus and the other powers combined as Naruto slammed his fist in front of him as a gigantic shockwave took the form of a dragon, completely destroying the attacks of the other four transmigrators and slammed into the area as all four of them were able to dodge thanks to their special abilities as Hashirama and Madara looked towards each other as Hashirama threw a earring towards Madara. Alright, Madara. Or rather, whatever your name is in the original world, just put it on. I always wanted to see what the fusion of Hashirama and Madara would look like as Tobirama and Azuna also looked towards each other and threw their respective earrings, and just like that, two fusions has appeared out of nowhere in Konoha. Their power immense as Hashirama and Madara fusion looked towards Naruto with smugness on his face. Well, let's see what the power of true Susabuda look like. Wood style Susanoo. With that, both of their powers combined in their eyes, the perfect form of the Rinnegan combined with the power of nature itself was there as a 10,000 hand Susanoo combined with the power of the wood style come together as the gigantic figure appeared, while on the other hand, the fusion of Azuna and Tobirama also appeared as they decided to use the power of their Rinnegan and the Tensegan and started to make a gigantic form of the Bijudama as well as the power of the yin and yang combined together as they pointed it towards Naruto, ready to end this battle right here and right now as they release their attack before that of the Susabuda. But before Naruto could make a move, a figure appeared in front of Naruto, and the figure pointed his hand towards the attack, and to the surprise of many people, the attack of the Bijudama combined with all six of the truth-seeking orb was absorbed by this figure. This was none other than Minato Namikaze, who has eaten the chakra fruit. As Naruto looked towards his so-called father with a raised eyebrow, he did not expect it that Minato would decide this, but it doesn't matter. It was just a casual move which he had made. But it was also a good thing. It seemed that his father has finally accepted that it was time for the unification of the shinobi world. As Minato looked towards the fusion of Azuna and Tobirama, do not worry, son. This time I'm not gonna be helpless, and this time I will help you. With that, Minato disappeared as he appeared in front of Tobirama and Azuna fusion as his face slammed into the face of this fusion, sending them flying. While on the other hand, Naruto looked towards the fusion of Hashirama and Tobirama. And yeah, guys, if you guys have names for these fusions, tell me in the comment section. I will in the next part I will put proper names. For now, let us call them the fusion. As Naruto also smirked as he also disappeared as the fusion finally released the attack of 10,000 hands combined with the power of the Susanoo, and each hand had a Bijudama in his hand as all of them rushed towards Naruto. As Naruto smirked at that, well then, let's test it. As Naruto unleashed his true power as he rushed towards the Susabuda ready to face it head on. But hey guys, I'm gonna end this part here, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. In the next part we will have the epic battle, and for the next transmigration, from which world the transmigrators come, you can tell me in the comment section. I think that maybe for the next transmigrators, more powerful transmigrations will appear, mainly from the Dragon Ball world or other worlds. If you guys have some new ideas, tell me in the comment section, and I will try my best to make it for yourself. So yeah guys, see you soon in the next part. Maybe it will be today or tomorrow. It is mainly up to you. If you guys are able to complete the comment goal in this video and in the previous video, it is not that much. Just 20 comments. Do that and I shall upload the next part as soon as possible. So yeah guys, see you soon. Peace.